atmosphere below the stars. My Cobra's shining, the engine's whining, my eyes fixed on the prize. I got no past, don't own a future, all I have is in my hands. I'm gonna raise some cash, build a stash, and start my own hab, that's the plan. I got my feet on the ground, walking away on this odyssey. Feet on the ground, looking in the bars with the bad guys hide. Feet on the ground, maybe take a ride to another star. Feet on the ground, heading into trouble, got my trigger finger ready to pull. It's up to you to choose. Just a drifting murder hobo, sleep on apex seats. But if you need someone dead, put a price upon the head. No questions, I sound that discreet. Feet on the ground, walking away on this odyssey. Feet on the ground, looking in the box with the bad guys hide. Feet on the ground, maybe take a ride to another star. Feet on the ground, heading into trouble, got my trigger finger ready to pull. Touching down, the dust surrounds me, gun in hand. Heading to the terminal, yeah, that's the plan. I got your tag, is it in the bag? They're never done till they're dead. You want a crack on the back or a bullet in your head? I got my feet on the ground, walking away on this odyssey. Feet on the ground, looking in the bar with the bad guys hide. Feet on the ground, maybe take a ride to another star. Feet on the ground, heading into trouble, got my trigger finger ready. Feet on the ground, walking away on this odyssey. Feet on the ground, looking in the bar with the bad guys hide. Feet on the ground, maybe take a ride to another star. Feet on the ground, heading into trouble, got my trigger finger ready to pull.
Oi, How you doing, my brother? So you run some data and you left your little sidey and you're starting to think about maybe a ship that can punch a little bit harder. Well, the Killback, the one with the little flappy wings, is just what the doctor ordered. It is multi-crew enabled and is the smallest ship with a fighter bay, so you can point and they will do your bidding. Ha! It's got 3 utility mounts, 2 small and 2 medium hard points, plus a whole batch of compartments. So if you want a bit of fun, grab a Killback, my son.
Dreams. Humanity's dreams. The hope to live among the stars. From early times, we've gazed up to the heavens and wondered if one day we could travel there. Maybe even live there. The Brewer Corporation has made this dream a reality, constructing intricate cathedrals of metal, circling numerous planets across thousands of systems in our human bubble. Why stay rooted in a gravity well when you can be free in orbit, free to dream, free to live, and one day to become the commander and be free to blaze your own trail? Brewer Corporation, the first step into the unknown. Come join us. Be free.
Hauling steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. Hauling steel with all my might. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn to going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eyes. Maybe I should sleep, but I just need one more run, just one more run tonight. One more run tonight. Hauling steel, it feels so light. Give me your composites or you will surely die. Hauling steel right through the night. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. All I wanna do is pick up a load, press SCO, take it home, and do it all again. That's all. Fill my hose, fill it full. Yeah, take my shields, squeeze it in. I just wanna play, so I could build an office if I never left. This damn house I set up is glued to me, and yes, I need a bio break, but I just can't stand up. Who needs that dignity when I can have a station of my own? One last time, hauling steel most every night. I can't find those composites, it's driving me so wild. Hauling steel with all my might. Just tell my next of kin I lost my way while I was trailblazing. Now there's a station to my left, there's a racing track below me. Now without a turn to going round and round. Yeah, there's a burning in my eyes. Maybe I
welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings and welcome to Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders.
Greetings, Commanders.
The show that talks about the universe of Elite
and the development of the computer game Elite 4, known as Elite Dangerous,
and the fantastic
community that surrounds it.
Broadcast from the Orange Sidewinder and hosted by a vending machine technician.
A place of nonsense and innuendo for forum dads.
A self-contained podcast 2 hours long.
Transmitting to every corner of the galaxy.
It's even louder than me.
The hottest show this side of Dizzo.
The name of the place.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Lave Radio.
Greetings, Commanders, and welcome to episode 542 of Lave Radio, or otherwise, Happy Panther Clipper Day, the show that likes to talk about the universe of Elite and the fantastic community that surrounds it. I'm your host, Commander Phoenix Defire, otherwise known as Colin Ford, and Chief Archivist of Lave Station. And joining me in the Orange Sidewinder bar for this episode, we have, Commander Psychit, otherwise known as Claire.
So proud of you, Colin. Well done. Well done. Better week this week. Good start. Good start.
Good start. Yes, our SRV.
Downhill from here.
Oh, it's down. It's already been downhill. More ways than one.
Hey.
SRV Banksy. It's Commander Alec Turner.
Good evening.
Skulking somewhere in the background, we have our head of health and safety, Commander Ed Levice, otherwise known as Ben Moss Woodward.
Yeah, we have reset the days to 0.
There are times I wish I didn't message anything to you lot at all. And we also have, staring broodingly out the window, we have the Chris Mark IV, who's just there. We also have the Chris Mark.
Amazing.
He's just there, Lave Station, just staring out the window, longingly. We don't know what at. But yes, we also have the Chris Mark V.
Hi.
And also we have a Pathos with us.
Hello.
So it's a pretty packed crew tonight, because we've all got one thing that we'd like to talk about. But as you said, if you wish, you can join us live. We're hanging out in game with the Chris Mark IV, staring longingly into the distance, in open at the bar at Lave Station, and Ben's flying about somewhere. Anyway, but if you can't get to us in game, you can always join the Twitch chat channel, which you can access through laveradio.com/live. Click on the live chat, or go straight to twitch.tv/laveradio or YouTube. We're there. We're just doing that. So let's see what everybody's been up to in the last week. We'll start with Psychic.
Oh, what have I been up to? I feel like something important happened. Oh yeah, the buckyball happened.
Yes.
And we raised some cool money for the buckyball. That's all pretty much all that I've been doing in game when I haven't had early access to the Panther Clipper. And even then, when I did have early access to the Panther Clipper, I took the Panther Clipper around the buckyball course as well, which we will obviously do more on that later. I didn't mention that in the forum post. I'll have to re-edit the forum post to say that. It's been a good and busy week. I also built a castle in this is really I've not done barely anything out of sitting in front of my computer doing things, but I am planning things for future event stuff. But I also built a castle for it was a British Red Cross charity event, like a raidathon. I built a castle in Planet Coaster, and it's honestly my favorite thing that I've ever built. But one of the incentives on that which is something that I'm probably going to do going forward for other incentives for when we do charity streams, was you could pay a set amount and redeem with a movie title. And I would go and look that movie title up in IMDb, bring up the poster, and it was like easily 9 out of 10 of these movies I hadn't seen. And then when I brought that poster, I'd then tell you the script or tell you the story of that movie. And it's amazing. It's amazing when you're put on the spot how many movies are precursors to Oppenheimer. It was really fun. It was a really fun time, so I'm definitely going to do it again. It was really fun. It was a good time. I've had a lovely week, but and I've flown the Panther Clipper, and I will talk more about it later.
Good. We'll move on to Alec.
Hello. Yes. It's not a very exciting week. It's all right. I went to IKEA. We had breakfast at IKEA. We drove to IKEA in the most incredible rain. That was, when was that? Saturday or Sunday? But the most. Oh God, it was times when it was like on the A40 or whatever it is, and it's the Wembley one, and God, there were a couple of occasions where cars going the other direction literally sent like a wave over our car that meant I couldn't see for like 5 seconds. It was terrifying and thrilling at the same time. And then we bought a sofa. Actually, we bought 2 identical sofas, which will be arriving in a while, which will be flat pack fun for a day.
Ugh.
I quite like putting flat pack together when it works, and I don't have any bits left over. And I went to the F1 movie. Chris talked about it the week before, but I took myself off to the Picture House, which is just off on the corner in Leicester Square, Picture House Central, which I haven't been to for years, and is such a lovely cinema. It's still really nice. They've got like a bar and a cafe, and yeah, they sort of one of these chains that kind of get cinema, and it just feels like a really cool place to be. I really enjoyed the F1 movie a lot. God, it was just like great just to be in the cinema, and you can get a big glass of wine or a beer or whatever and take that in with you as well. So I was just sat there with gourmet popcorn and a big glass of wine, and then just enjoying the Formula One movie. It's one of those films. So I watch a bit of Formula One. Mostly, I have to confess, through the Netflix Drive to Survive series. But you know, I get the gist of it, and on the plus side, I really like I do get that a lot of Formula One, because everyone is so fast, there's an awful lot of rules, and there's a lot about rules and when to make pit stops and tactics about when to change tires, and you know, it's as much, if not more, that than just driving fast, because they can all just drive fast. And it's cool that the film incorporates a lot of that. There's a lots of sort of rule stuff going on, which is strangely thrilling. What is difficult to swallow, even as a vague fan of Formula One, is the idea that anyone, even Brad Pitt, who looks amazing, but anyone can just walk in literally out of the desert in jeans, a t-shirt, and a duffel bag over his shoulder, do some push-ups in his hotel room, and win a Formula One race. It's ludicrous, but if you can roll with that, it's really good fun.
Like that, like his head should be on the third corner as it pops off his skull, off his rest of his body. That's about right, yeah.
Hollywood realism, eh?
Yeah, it's cool. But do you know what? I've been watching a lot of making ofs of Brad Pitt excitedly taking the camera crew around the little garage that they had, and all the special built cars that they had, and I must say, his enthusiasm and clear, real engagement with it, and like love of the team, it's very yeah, it's kind of won me over.
Pretty infectious, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's great. In game, I've been doing a lot of racing on my own. What a fantastic buckyball race we ended up with. I really enjoyed this one, and I've really thrown myself into it. And done quite well, I have to say. I'm quite proud of myself, but we'll do more of that later. I did my cape wearing bit. This was a literal like pin it on with a bit of sellotape, just do 2 runs and then bugger off again, because I had so much to do this week in game, particularly with the racing. It just felt like I just had to take like 10 minutes out to go and cash in, because there's exclusive paint jobs as prizes for the CG, so it's too much FOMO not to give it a very quick shot at both. Then the race, and now the race is finished. What's really nice is people have been submitting loads of interesting stuff to my forum thread about send me your interesting colonization systems. And my God, there's some absolute stunners. I'm sort of visiting a couple a day at the moment. And yeah, there's some absolutely incredible ones. The one I went to today, I can't remember what it's called, but the system has like loads and loads of stars, and it's got like binary pairs of those stars that burn white hot. So it's got 2 binary pairs of white hot stars, and in between each, the guy colonizing it has put a Coriolis, one with that lovely blue paint, sort of blue, light blue, shiny paint job on it, and one with the orange one on it, and they're just absolutely stunning. So yeah, keep them coming, because I'm really enjoying doing colonization tourism. There's some amazing places out there. That's me. Oh, I've flown the Panther Clipper as well. We'll probably talk about that as well.
Probably talk about that. Yes. Chris Mark 5.
So I'll start with the elite stuff, I guess. Flying around the Panther Clipper. Very impressed by it. Other than that, work's been kicking my butt. Yeah, that's it really. Like work, and then occasionally flying Panther Clipper around, playing some Marvel
We've played a lot of Marvel Rivals. I was going to say, don't sell yourself short, mate.
And also, you know, the yarn about like he wouldn't be able to just walk out the desert and go around the corner. He wouldn't be able to stop the car. You have to put 180 kilograms of force onto the brake pedal to stop a Formula One car. Good luck doing that from a few push-ups.
Yes.
Suspend your disbelief. This is what I'm getting there.
Brad Pitt, well known for his really strong feet.
Good Lord. Maybe he did some burpees too.
Yeah, or squats maybe.
It's Brad Pitt. He doesn't need push-ups.
Yeah, but that's it for me. Panther Clipper, Marvel Rivals. We were going to go and see the dinosaur movie, but then didn't. So hopefully go and see the Fantastic Four, maybe this week.
We'll go and see it. We'll go and see it.
Right, Pathis.
Yeah, I've been doing basically a lot of Elite. I not last weekend, the weekend before, I was doing my 10k for special effect, which was 10,000 light years in under 10 hours in a keelback. And then I've just been buckyballing, so it's been Elite heavy.
Heavy weekend. Oh, right, fair enough.
Oh, and I put my cape on as well in between the buckyballing to get the CG stuff.
Excellent. Yeah, yes. Plenty of capage going on today. Ben?
Zero gaming, apart from testing long enough to see if I actually had access to the Type 10. And you know, that I do, so yay.
Type 10? I thought everybody had access to
Type
Type
10?
10.
Oh, for God's sake.
Type 10?
Panther Clipper.
That's almost like a Python Clipper last week.
Yeah. It feels like a Type 10 when I'm flying it just now, actually.
Cool.
Not quite. No, yeah. Anyway, that's getting on to spoilers for later. Shitloads of real life. I saw the best way to see the F1 movie is seeing it in 4DX. The 4D stuff throws you around, and
is that the one where they throw water in your face?
It's the one where you're on like a roller coaster ride, essentially.
Right.
And they throw water in your face, spray funny smells at you, and things like that. I saw F1 like that with my son, and it was amazing.
Wow. Where are they doing that?
That was
Cineworld has some. Yeah.
That was in Cineworld. I then went to see what was it? The dinosaur movie in the thing where they've got the screen going down the sides.
That's garbage. That's absolute gash.
It is gash, but my daughter was feeling left out because my son got to see the 4DX thing. So I was like, well, you can go see dinosaurs with stuff down the side. And she appreciated it for what it was. And I have to admit, yes, it's garbage, but it was quite nice looking to the right to see what was creeping up behind people sometimes.
Is it extra, or have they just bent the last bit of the screen?
I strongly suspect they've just bent it, but I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. My daughter enjoyed it, and that's what really counts. And I've also seen Superman in IMAX, and that was amazing balls. I've also spent lots of time in hospital due to various family members being a bunch of clumsy klotzes. But not as much time, probably. Actually, I don't know. I was 5 hours in A&E, Colin.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, how are you prepared to
Are you
admit how long
comparing
you were?
lengths?
I was comparing length with Colin, yes.
Lengths of time.
Durations.
Yeah.
Durations, yes. Not
Yes,
comparing any
durations.
other kinds of lengths. Thank you very much.
Or duration.
Right, moving on. But I'm already in enough of a hole as it is.
Let's talk about durations.
Really?
I blacked out. I've literally blacked out already. What's going on?
Don't worry, it's a black hole.
Ben and Colin are comparing girths.
No.
Hang on.
Nobody said nothing about Girth. Jesus. I'm comparing a 4.5 hour wait in A&E with Collins.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
Yay.
Okay.
Because that's been the excitement of my week.
Right. What's been happening to me this week? Okay, let's get the painful stuff out of the way. Yes.
Bingo cards at the ready. Bingo cards at the ready.
Reset your counters. I hit a pothole today that I didn't think was a pothole. Went over it, and I just spent 3 hours in A&E within Shaw Hospital. The nurse was quite surprised about the fact that I was actually seen to, and I was back out the door within 3.5 hours. She said that was the fastest one that she'd ever seen at Withenshaw, which was nice to know. However, when I went in and said, I came off my bike, I think my knee needs stitching, she said, dear, you haven't got enough skin on your knee to stitch or glue anything.
Amazing. Are you on first name terms with the nurses at A&E now, anyway?
It does feel like it, doesn't it? But mind you, it has been quite a while since it's been 9 months since the last accident, so you know.
Okay, I take it back.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's me, and I have a bloody knee. Right. Other things. Yes, that was on the second day of my new job, so that went down well. Already, I have a reputation at the new job. Great. And yeah, as far as games is concerned, I'll come on to the Elite stuff in a second, but I have finished Final Fantasy. Oh, you sots. Yes, thank you everybody on Twitch. I hope you're having a laugh. Yes, there you go. I did finish Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and I was very emotional about the ending. So much so that when the kids came back from their late night gym session, they thought that somebody in the family had died. Yes, so I thought Final Fantasy 15 hit me bad, but 7 really did. So yes, I knew that incident was coming. So, yep. And then all the rest of it has been Elite. Whether it's been power playing or testing the Panther Clipper, which we'll talk about later, and yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. Now I just want my leg to stop bleeding and for the rest of me to get better. So let us move on to the development news. Well, if you guys hadn't been aware, the Panther Clipper Mark II became available today.
What?
No, what? Hang on, what ship? What's came out?
Wait, what? What?
The Panther Clipper Mark II.
It's anywhere. I never saw it anywhere. Hang on, what?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So that is now available for orcs for the, well, let's just say a lot of orcs. So it works out, yeah, I think we've discussed it before, £9 for the basic ship, 18 quid for the Stellar version. So yes, that's, we've all had, as because we've been part of the partner program, we've all had a little preview of it. And yeah, it was, we will talk about later. Other fixes did come in though. One of the ones that I was really impressed with was they've actually fixed the thrust vectoring on the Corsair, which means it's even more maneuverable when you switch it off, flight assist off. So that's great.
So hold on, is this the thing where the moving things move the wrong way?
Yes.
But are you saying it's made an actual performance difference as well?
Well, it makes things a heck of a lot easier to fly.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah, that's I am quite happy with the Corsair now. When I go off, flight assist off, really happy actually. Couple of crashes being fixed. A lot of misleading text. Yeah, apart from the Panther Clipper, was there anything else in the release that took people's notice?
The only thing that caught my eye, I think I was resigned to it by now, but they've actually changed the official wording on how close you can place colonization settlements to say 200 kilometers. My hope had been that they had made a mistake in game and got it right in the wording, but sadly no, it's the other way around. The wording is wrong, and the game is what it is. So on the plus side, if anyone thinks the Drakir rally is too long, then don't blame me. Blame Frontier.
I'm gonna blame you, Alec. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, to be fair, it didn't need to be 260. That's just me choosing somewhere nice to finish. It could have been 200. So you can blame me for the last 60.
All right.
You can spend the last 60 kilometers going, bloody hell, Alec, why didn't you finish it back there?
Bold of you to assume that anybody on Team Chaos is getting to 200, getting past 200. Bold of you to assume, sir.
As we'll be discussing the Panther Clipper later, I think then it's straight on with the community news, Alec.
And now,
I'm going to talk about the cool website that they released for the Panther Clipper. Okay. It's a dead game, innit, mate?
Right. Preempting all the fascinating Panther Clipper talk that will be happening later. It's very short community news. I think everyone's just too excited about the Panther Clipper. But there's a few bits I can skip down. I mentioned the Phantom Explorers Monthly, which is, as its title suggests, a monthly publication by Mint the Mighty. Except I feel like I've completely missed it for 6 months and then picked one up recently. Anyway, the June one's out and it's jolly nice. It's like a sort of dozen pages of very nicely produced sort of magazine content. So, you know, little editorial and a piece on distant worlds and some interviews with people, and it's good. I like them a lot. Speaking of old things that are back, I told you whose kind of flight assist off series in the style of Isinona I absolutely adored, and they'd been quiet for quite a long time. A while back, I shouted out quite a few of these people that suddenly decided they were going to do Isinona-like things, and they've all sort of disappeared. Turns out it's quite hard to make exciting episodes of this sort of stuff week after week after week. Anyway, I told you is back after just a brief break. And in this episode, he picks up some power play weeklies, and then it ends up being a sort of bounty hunting thing. But it's great. I really enjoy them. They're sort of 20 minutes and very much in the Isinona style. And his flight assist off piloting is getting really excellent now. I threw one of mine in here due to popular demand. I used my time in the preview build with the Panther Clipper wisely and threw it down the side of my favorite crater on Callisto in the Sol system, and then set 16 minutes of it tumbling down the side of that crater to some music and released it on YouTube. What I quite enjoy, I mean, I genuinely do enjoy watching it. It's hard to explain why. I like simulations. I like watching simulations do their thing. So I genuinely enjoy watching like sort of broken SRV wheels rolling along the ground and just seeing how games model physics and stuff. I love it. So yes, I can happily watch a Panther Clipper tumbling down the side of a crater for hours. What's quite amusing is the comments on the video, because 90% of them are people saying, that they find it absolutely mesmerizing. But it's just the odd one that says, I don't understand. What is this? Or it's like watching paint dry. And it's just the odd one that completely fails to understand why this is interesting in any way whatsoever.
You say that, they say that, but they probably like watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
All 9 minutes 41 of it. They have watched every single second.
Yeah.
There is something sort of mesmerizing about it sort of falling over in Zack Snyder's slow-mo version.
Yeah. And it's a nice opportunity to truly take in the lines of the Panther Clipper, which is a great bit of design work. It really is.
As it gets down further and further as it goes.
I wish it did. I so wish it did. When I very first did this, and I did it with a DBX and then something else and something else. I tried it with the Anaconda, which actually has a damage model, in the vague hope that I'd see it sort of breaking a bit, but it doesn't really. Incidentally, for the eagle-eyed in my video, I do actually initially jettison 50 tons of biowaste in the hope that they would fall with the Clipper, but the Clipper very quickly outpaces the biowaste.
Basically, your ship shat itself as it fell down.
So for science, we now know that Panther Clipper falls faster than biowaste. Next up is Beetlejude's 10K Your Way. What I've done is include the link to the playlist, actually. So all of Jude's fantastic 10K Your Way paintings, painty talky videos are all in a nice big playlist. I think there's still a few more to come, but they're fantastic. Right, next up, it's an old forum thread, very old forum thread actually, but I thought it was worth maybe just reminding people that it's out there. It's called Super Cruise Handling of Ships, and it's basically, in the opening post, there's a link to a Google sheet, which is basically a table giving the pitch, roll, and yaw rates of every single ship in the game. And it's interesting because the Panther Clipper has been added to it. And actually, we will come on to this later, but the Panther Clipper doesn't feel as sluggish as you might think. But actually, when you look at the raw numbers, it is pretty sluggish. But it's supposed to be because it's big. More on that later. And then just a couple of sign-up reminders before the final piece. So just a reminder that there are sign-ups. I've started for Distant Worlds 3 via the beautiful website that they've created for that, which perfectly mirrors the in-game user interface, and we'll include the link to that. And there are also sign-ups running for the Drakir Rally, which is my 250-kilometer SRV race, which is happening on the 10th of August. That is not a beautiful website that looks like the in-game HUD. It is just a crummy Google form. And finally, 10K buckyball race.
Wasn't it fun?
It's great. It was really good. I really got into it a lot.
I talk about big rocks so many times, but there were so many big rocks. Especially there was one, every single place that you found, Alec, because you did a lot of the groundwork for me for this, but every single place that you found of the three that we chose
Yeah.
to use, they were all so different as far
Yeah,
as
they
like
were.
an SRV drive was concerned, and I thought it was so fortunate that it made that so it made it so different.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the three had a really different feel, and I feel like their rotation was quite high because I feel like I got to see them all in the dark and in the light. Like
yeah, I'd
they weren't
agree.
just stuck in the dark all for the whole week, or I got to
Yeah.
see all, a bit of both.
Yeah, it was a really fun race. It was a really fun race. It was there was just a lot of like really when the times came in, there wasn't a huge spread, which I really liked. Like on regulation, there's about a 10-minute spread from first to last, and then that grows exponentially the different ships that are used as far as the other one's concerned. But I just thought it was really nice. The stuff that I've been sent and I've seen, amazing. We raised, it's still open. I will say it's still open. If you want to donate using that, using the link that is on the forum thread, you can do. But at the moment, we have raised £269.69. Nice. But also, quote 50, there's no better time to ruin a 69 by donating to any charity, but specifically to Special Effect. So I'll do the leaders. I'll do the top three on both, who are for the regulation, we have Dar Platter in third, Dar Platter 94 with a 33:05 time. In second, we have some idiot called Alec Turner.
Yes.
With a time of 32:27, who nerded about this so hard. I love that. And then also in first, we have Shay with a time of 31:34. And then on the unlimited side, in third, we have some idiot called Apathis. Woo. With 22:54. These are all in Mandalays. And then we have another idiot called Alec Turner in second.
Yes.
With 22:45, and then Dar Platter comes in first with an astonishing time of 21:26. What a race! What a race! For a little while, I was third with my abysmal 27:56, and I never got a better time. I never got a better time out of it from it. But it's quite nice being in the top 10 in one of these as well. Yeah.
I love that you threw the Panther Clipper around it. That was awesome.
I did throw the Panther Clipper around it. I did give that a go. It did it in 40 minutes, which isn't the worst time on the list. It did it literally in 40 minutes dead. It did it. So the first time I tried it, I tried to boost out of the letterbox and hit the letterbox on the way out, so I had to reset. But it did it in 40 minutes. Even with not really being able to land within 150 meters of the second stop, but it was really fun.
Wait, does it measure distance from the center of the ship? Wouldn't it be funny if the Panther Clipper was so big that
I had to dismiss it straight away because it was being shot.
Amazing.
Because it was like hanging over the top of the thing. So
you've probably got like 100 meters up. I think it's to the cockpit, and then you got like 100 meters up anyway.
It was wild.
Yeah,
great
you're
race.
talking about
Thanks,
my
guys.
nerding. I won't go into detail now because I could talk for hours. But I did some pretty hardcore routing and fuel management on this one to squeeze extra jumps. And oh my god, I was running on fumes half the time. It was ludicrous, but also amazingly entertaining.
When you told me that you hadn't used white dwarfs, I was like, that's got to be it then. You've got to have like brought it right down to nothing, like next to nothing, and then ran it. It was the only thing that made sense to me.
Yeah, that's what I did in regulation. Was I found a couple of jumps where the route plotter would skip them, but if you ran it on fumes, you could get a little bit, just enough range to skip a jump. And then in the in the Mandalay. Oh, in the Mandalay, I just pushed the range up and up and up and up and up, and ended up running the Mandalay on a 1-jump tank. So it was literally 1 jump, and it was basically empty. So I had to refuel at every star. But its range was good.
Well, if its range is good, that's fine then. It obviously worked.
I wouldn't recommend doing DW3 on it. 1 unscoopable and you're fucked.
Don't want that.
No.
So, if you have a community event that's taking place soon and you would like us to talk about it, shout about it, or just generally point people in the general directions, tweet the crew at Lave Radio or Blue Skies, or email us at info@laveradio.com. Otherwise, Alec will to hunt you down. And then he'll roll over you in a Panther Clipper. We've got wily coyotes of school black marks of all these commanders he's just rolled over. So, in-game events, what has happened this week? Well, we had a double header on Thursday, or 17th of July, where the recent power conflict ended with mixed outcomes. Well, it didn't seem that mixed to me. It seemed that Princess Aisling Duval just trounced everybody.
Yeah, this seems like a very controversial Galnet. I heard Lou Scrooge going on about it as well, but
yes, mixed outcomes for who? Well, I suppose it was a good mix for Aisling Duval and a very bad mix for Archer and Lee Yong-ru, because they basically got their butts kicked, and as we'll find out later, and she still managed to gain systems. So.
I didn't like even the ownership of the systems or something changed midweek, so that the systems that they were fighting for weren't even under their control or something. There was, I don't know. I didn't.
Yeah, it was a fun one, but yeah, it came to a point where it's pretty obvious that the Bluehead Princess just has to bat her eyelids, sell some bathwater, and before you know it, everybody's fighting for her. So.
Water and feet pics. That's how you make your money, apparently.
Oh, is it feet pics?
Okay. It's both. It's bathwater and feet pics.
Oh, there's me educated. So that CG ended, but then Zorgan Peterson's decided to seek support for the Panther Clipper Mark II launch, which means that they need more stuff for the vast amount of builds they're going to need to do for the Panther Clipper. So everybody pinned on their cape and started either defending the appropriate system, or they ended up flying things to the appropriate system. And it's quite ironic because I'm actually now flying things to the appropriate system in a Panther Clipper. So.
Save the Panther Clipper using your Panther Clipper.
Exactly. So yes, and there's lots of lovely rewards, special decals that you get, and a gold paint job if you if you manage to get one item.
They're exclusive as well, aren't they? Like,
yes.
I think there's a forum thing on the forum saying like it's unlikely that these are going to be available again, right?
Yeah,
I like the use of the phrase "unlikely."
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm edging my bets, mate. Which explains why 11,725 people have contributed to the bounties, and 13,536 have contributed to the deliveries.
Yes,
it might explain that somewhat. Even if you're not planning on getting a clipper now, you'll get it.
At some point.
You can get it when it comes available in ARX.
It'd be funny
in exactly 3 months' time.
It'd be really funny if 13,000 people took part and the grand total delivered was 13,000 units.
It's a smidge more than that.
Yeah, you can see that in the results at the moment. Yeah, people started hauling. Oh, it's going to be a free decal. Off they went.
I did 64. Anyone lower than 64?
8.
You got
nice.
48.
48. Nice.
0.
Pointless.
You've not done any yet.
I went and shot things instead.
Okay. I did both.
I need to go and buy 69 units?
It doesn't matter, Ben. Do whatever you want.
Okay.
You just have to do one and you'll be fine. I did both.
He's going to shoot down one pirate, and he's going to take 1 ton of cargo.
Yes, that works.
Sorry, one unit of cargo.
There's a low res site literally right next door, and it you can just easily do it in like 5 minutes. It's great.
Yeah. Well done, Sphere-Lance, who delivered 1. Excellent.
Yeah. Sorry, Chris. I'm deserting you, and I'm going to go get decal.
Well, that closes when on
This Thursday.
Thursday. Yep. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
We've got a couple of days left. So after this.
Excellent.
So I think it's time for this week's Power Play rankings. In 12th, we have the ancient lady herself, Senator Torval. She gained 3 systems this week, up to 591. Winters gains a massive 10 systems, up to 632. In 10th, Senator Petraeus doesn't gain anything. Big fat 0. However, he did lose 4 fortified systems. In 9th, we have Delaney, who has gained 3 systems, up to 687. In 8th, Kane has gained 8 systems to take her up to 841. In 7th, Archer gains 6 systems to bring him up to 853. However, ahead of him is Antal with 7 extra systems, bringing him up to 856. In 5th, we have Lee Yong-Ru gaining 5 systems, up to 1,023, but Grom only gains 2 in 4th place, so he's up to 1,116. The Emperor Orissa maintains 3rd place, however she does win the most gains this week with 11 new systems, bringing her total up to 1,491. Mahan only gains 2 systems this week, bringing his total up to 1,583. But then again, the Blue-Head Princess wins yet again with an extra 5 systems, bringing her total up to 1,666. And that is your Power Play rankings for this week.
Hey.
It does seem that we're actually seeing a lot of changes. People are losing strongholds and fortifieds a lot more. So although they're not losing a huge amount of systems, it seems that it's harder to actually maintain them.
Yeah, good. I mean, that was the intention, wasn't it?
It was the intention. You can see that. And poor Petraeus is getting absolutely kicked. You don't lose 4 fortified systems that quickly. Not normally.
So when you lose fortified system, does that go down to being exploited?
Yes.
Okay. So that's why his overall gain is 0.
Yeah. But effectively his fortified system. He gained exploited systems but lost fortified.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it's nice to see these things coming into effect, even though I've just realised I put a pound sign in the wrong place for Grom.
It's probably a 3, isn't it?
It probably is a 3. I'll sort that out before the end of the show. But yes, a little bit of extra movement is always good. But then again, Aisling had to defend against 2 other powers and still gained 5 systems. Is she just impossible to stop now? Because she's almost 100 systems ahead of everybody.
Yeah, 100%. So much like there was never any doubt that this would be the result of the new power play, because to be fair, a lot of people, myself included, were pledged to Aisling. Those of us who were casual, to say the very least, but only like dipped in to get held onto an Aisling pledge just in case I needed to dip in and get prismatics at any point, because those were really the only ones I used. Quite a lot of those people, not counting those people who are devout Aisling followers, because we know that they exist, but not counting those people, there are also sort of like a rollover of the people who were like, well, I was pledged to Aisling before, I may as well pledge going forward. So it was always going to be this.
Yeah. Does the way the modules work in new Power Play, so everyone gets all the modules but in a different order. Do Ashling pledges get the shields first?
Yes, I believe so.
Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah, they always do. It's the primary or the first thing that you get when you play Power Play was always the initial thing that you got in Power Play 1.
Right. Okay. So everyone's kept their kind of priority module.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just that you then go on to get all the others. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Which I think is great. It's so much better than the
Oh,
last
much
system.
better. 100%
Sure.
agree.
I was just thinking that if everyone was pledging to Ashling the first time round because of the shields, then her being the first one that gets you the shields is going to be another factor for people
100%, yeah, agreed.
pledging.
Right. Well, if that's the case, it's that time of the week again.
Score alert!
Welcome back. Well, apart from the obvious came with a whole load of ship skins that you can purchase. Of course, we've got to tip the hat for the obvious puns of you've now got the Black Panther and you've got the Pink Panther. But yeah, you've got a whole selection of new colors for your new ship. Now it's controversial, this one. The Pink Panther. You don't like it, do you, Claire?
Bought it.
Oh, you got it?
I bought it because obviously I've bought it, but I would have preferred, on the Frontier Unlocked when they showed us the pink, the decal.
Yes.
That was a really deep pink color that was on that behind that decal, and I was like, ooh, if we get that, that's going to be really cool. But I've definitely bought this one. I couldn't not buy it, but I'm not happy about it.
I feel like if you look at the Pink Panther, the cartoon stuff, it's kind of the right. It's the right shade of pink.
Match.
Yeah, for sure. But I don't think necessarily at a distance that reads incredibly pink. In that that fucking stupid bright pink suit that I wear all the time that they released on Valentine's Day. It's stupid. It's almost the same color as my hair. It's stupid, really bright pink. So I wear that all the time. I was hoping for like more of like a fuchsia than a pink. Yeah.
I don't like it for other reasons.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough.
Do you want to know my other reasons, or are you
on.
still doing your spiel?
No. I want to hear your other reasons.
I think I was never sold on it. It was the one part of the design of the ship I was never sold on, and these paint jobs make it blindingly obvious. That big black section in the middle. So the ship is clearly like a sort of the ship is like a sort of lifting frame, and then it's like cargo is slotted in. I get it. I get the design language. But from a cosmetics point of view, what I'm wondering, and I can't. So when you apply ship kits, they can get painted with the paint job, can't they? I seem to remember you get you get the colours of paint jobs covering the bits of ship kit as well.
Yeah.
So what I'm wondering is, could they release a ship kit that had a panel that covered that entire big black section in the middle, like boxed it in, and then allowed you to put paint jobs over that as well? That would be awesome. because it looks a bit weird. I just think it looks a bit weird, especially against a black background.
You know what? I mean, I know I'm probably going to come across as a little bit of a pain here, but there isn't a single. Well, there is the midnight black, but to be honest, there's none that actually catch my eye.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
I said exactly the same, Colin.
There's and they're probably keeping their powder dry for next week when they've released a whole load of vibrant ones, or I mean, you look at the Corsair and you see the Corsair Ruber that came out as well. I mean, those look gorgeous. Now you imagine those kind of designs on the Panther Clipper, and yeah, I'm there for that.
Yeah, but even like chrome, it's just going to have this dirty, great big black chunk of cargo in the middle of it.
Do you mean like so if we like it had like a corrugated roller thing over the top that came over the top of it?
Yeah, that the
Do
paint
you know what I
job
mean?
went
Like,
on.
that could just cover it. That would match the paint job. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah, you just want a hood for the for a truck or something, don't you?
Yeah, you'd like pickup truck. You can get a hood that goes over it.
Or the Cybertruck thing at the back. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the subject of interesting extra bits, there's also the merchant ship kit, which gives the ship a spoiler.
Is this the one that comes with the Stella? Yeah.
Yeah, same thing really. And yeah, I mean, what do you think of the ship kit?
I haven't seen it. I'm just going to the store now to find it.
Yeah.
It's the one that's on the Stella. So if you've been flying the Stella or had a look at the Stella in the early access that we got, it's that same one. It's okay.
I didn't like it. I just stuck with the original.
You just
I like the original a lot.
I like my pointy probe.
Yeah, I must admit, I'm glad that I got the big pack because it includes this, and I'm quite happy with it. But I haven't bought any of the ship skins that go with it. Not yet. If I'll wait until something decent comes along before I buy it.
I tell you which ship kit I really like. I'm sorry, Chris. Go for it.
As I say, for me, I kept the big spoil at the back, binned off the pokey bit at the front, and put the So you see how it's got there with the covers on the front engines.
Oh yeah.
I had that, the spoiler, and I think the back engine covers as well.
Make it look more like a big chungus. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the pokey thing. I thought the pokey thing looked silly.
The pokey thing that's a callback to like the original, isn't it? That's what they were saying on Frontier Unlocked.
Yeah, I mean it still looks stupid though.
Okay.
No, I don't care. I've got it anyway because I like my tribute to the old one.
It just looks like a shit unicorn.
I really like the skin that you can get as part of the CG.
Yes.
I think that one's probably the best one out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because it's the black, so it's sort of like, I suppose midnight black works as well, but the black with the gold detail is really nice.
That sounds nice, yeah.
Yeah, a bit like the one you get with the Stella edition. I like that paint job.
Well,
over the others.
Yeah, like Alex says, is I'm hoping that eventually they will cover up the cargo rack, and that we'll have a Thunderbird 2 green, and that will be me happy.
The yellow stripe down the side. It needs to have the yellow stripe.
It needs that. Maybe
definitely.
But
that would sell like hotcakes.
It would. You're right. It really would.
So the cover at the back for Thunderbird 2 would have to be like a dome, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it could.
So
that could work.
Yeah.
Could make it look even more Thunderbird-like, couldn't it?
Oh man.
Do it.
Hope someone's
nobody get your hopes up. It's fine.
Yeah.
I hope they're taking notes. As if. Right.
Even we don't listen to what we say, Colin.
Yeah, I know that. So, what we're going to do is we will take an ad break, and then we will come back with everybody's reaction to flying the Panther Clipper Mark II.
This July, Special Effect are inviting you, Commander, to complete 10k your way.
You choose the method to make it to 10k. Like this Commander taking 10,000 pictures of their Aspen front of things.
This Commander has flown 10k into the black.
Really far away. This one is waving at 10,000 NPCs.
My arms are so sore. Fully explore 10k class star systems.
Drive 10k away from your settlement.
Mine 10,000 tons of ore.
Sell 10,000 mugs.
Make it to 10k your own unique way.
Visit specialeffect.org.uk and sign up for 10k your way.
Protecting settlements from villainous scum, it's Settlement Patrolman. The action figure every child wants. Wearing the all-new Manticore Dominator suit with light-up jump assist thrusters. Press his backpack to hear Settlement Patrolman speak.
Not seen you around here before, Commander. Is that a Karma P15 in your pocket, or are you just pleased to see me? Hey, don't point that at me.
When alarms sound, Settlement Patrolman rides into action in his surface reconnaissance vehicle with pop-up turret and glow-in-the-dark wheel trims. Settlement Patrolman.
Surface reconnaissance vehicle and action figure sold separately. Available from branches of Lave Toy Depot and other retailers. Microelectrode, ion battery, and circuit switch not included.
Space is vast, and pirates have needs just like anyone else. Introducing the Lonely Pirate Handbook, the ultimate resource for lonely pirates. Our guide covers the hot spots and not spots of interstellar space, from smugglers' dens to space station taverns, with helpful chapters such as how to be presentable in polite society, how to get rid of that nefarious rank, and my favorite, occasionally shower. Are your early advances often mistaken for attempts to rob or plunder?
Oh, I've come a long way for what's in your hold. Prepare to be boarded. Frameship charge detected. Oh.
Buy today and receive the Lonely Pirates Chat-Up Guide for free.
I've got a very large hard point. Would you like to see my very large hard point?
You're so hot. You're making my temperature critical.
Lower your shields. I want to inspect the goods.
Come back to my place. I might let you touch my A-rated anaconda.
Are you smuggling illegal goods? Because you've got fine written all over you.
The Lonely Pirates Handbook. Now available in all Anarchy bookstores. We'll teach you to loot anyone's heart.
It's finally here. The Panther Clipper Mark II. The biggest, baddest shaver in town is back and now has 25% more trimming storage capacity for the same amount of physical space. Because science. Size doesn't need to mean inconvenience with our new foldable hand grips to fit the charging pad. No need for any other clippers or cutters. The Panther Clipper Mark II is all the shaver you'll need. The Panther Clipper Mark II from Saracen. Are you happy now?
And welcome back. Yes, I'm sorry. We've just had a massive debate about how pink is pink and how not pink is the pink. Well, all the adverts have been going on. So the main discussion is, of course, the Panther Clipper Mark II, which arrived today for people to access. Now, we are quite lucky because most of us, being part of the partner program, managed to have a few days extra flying it about, rolling it down mountains. So I thought I'd go around the crew and see how they reacted. So Alec, she rolls nice.
She does, yeah. She does roll nice. I mean, I honestly didn't do much apart from that because I had a race to run. But it's funny. I think I mentioned the week before that I had this slight hunch that it might handle better than we expected. And I'll be interested to see what others think, but I sort of think it does. I think it's perfect. was the way I would describe the handling. You want it to feel heavy. It's the flipping Panther Clipper. It needs to feel like the Panther Clipper, which it does. But it's not horrible. I really think I'm going to enjoy colonizing in it. It's like, it feels great to fly. It feels like you're flying a really chunky ship, but it's got some, it's got some powerful thrusters on it. I was also quite intrigued. Like I was watching all the various partners doing their live streams and things, and of course it comes with auto dock, and everyone just uses it. And whereas I've just never, I have used it, but basically the first thing I do with any ship is strip off the docking computer and the Super Cruise Assist and all of that. So I did that literally before I'd flown it once. I just stripped all of that off, put some decent thrusters on it, put a decent jump range on it, and then figured, well, I might as well try doing the usual and boosting it through the slot. And it fit quite nicely. It's not, the design language makes it look huge. And everyone who's done their little promotional YouTube videos from the partner stream is using all these big superlative words, like it looks absolutely huge, and it does, but it's actually not quite as big as I sort of expected. Like I think the Burrs had a picture of one looking down, the camera view was looking straight down, and it was parked next to a Type 9. And is it not as wide, but slightly longer, or the other way around? It's not massively different.
It's not as long as a cutter by a big stretch. You can look in the shipyard, and if you go into the ship info in the shipyard, it will show you dimensions.
Yes,
of
right.
all of the ships, which is really useful. So it's not as long as the cutter or the Anaconda. It is wider than both of them, and obviously because it's wider than where the cutter's more phallic shaped, the Clipper's more stocky, so that's where it has its bulk.
So I really like it. What else? It's difficult to find a landing spot. As I discovered, I did briefly land it on a planet so I could go and wander around it. I had something else I was going to say about it. Come back to me. I'll remember it in a minute. Okay.
Let us know when your senior moment is over and you can remember these things. says the one who's older than Leslie. Right. Okay, Claire.
What to say about the Panther Clipper? What to say that hasn't already been quoted on the Zorg & Peterson website for it?
Doesn't come in the right shade of pink.
Well, I love what they've done with it. I think flying it is a genuine delight. It has a lot more decent handling than I expected it to be. It is it's genuinely everything that I hoped it would be and more. I'm not just saying that in the hopes that Frontier would put something that I said anywhere. It legitimately works so much better than I thought it was going to. It is a really it flies really nicely. I love the view in the cockpit, and the view in the cockpit, we were looking at it on, what was the first day we had access to it? Tuesday. I think it was flying around in it on Tuesday afternoon, and I was flying around and I realized that I was getting like full full deja vu to the Pinnacle Station DLC for Mass Effect. And I went, oh, it looks like the little bit that you walk into when you do the Pinnacle Station DLC. And bless him, Curtis was in chat, and he was like, oh my God, it really does. He was like, Mass Effect is the reason that I do game design, and this is like the first time that I've noticed. But it looks like that. I love the fact that the inside, the way it looks inside. Remember how I was saying how much I hated the way it looks outside? That's fine, because the way it looks inside is fucking beautiful. And I love the brushed steel having like a yellow undertone to it. Makes it very like. 80s, 90s sci-fi, what spaceships in the 80s and 90s would look like. It's also got like that little Panther Clipper, old Panther Clipper model just on the side, which is a really, really nice little nod. Yeah, I really enjoy flying it. It flies, it doesn't drift like the cutter or things along those lines. I think it handles really nicely, and I got it to work with a fighting layout with my gammy hands, which is always a bonus. I had to do weapons focused engines and all that shit, but I got it to work, and I got I made a buckyball racer out of it that did the buckyball 10k your way and landed and was fine with landing for me with I did it in 40 minutes and it was really good. It's a great ship. I'm really happy with it. I think Frontier have done a fantastic job in bringing the Panther Clipper from where it was from insert game name here. Pretend I said it straight away and everyone's like nodding sagely, and bring it into the Elite Dangerous world. Really good. Happy with it.
Excellent. Okay, Little Biggin.
Yeah. So enjoy flying it. It's really fun to fly. Flies much better than the Type 9. Some things I'm not a big fan of. The weird reflection stuff that happens when you try to go down towards a planet is really bad. There's some really bad flickering. What else? I think the seat that you're in, the view that you have, doesn't sell the size of the ship from the inside. That top bar across the window is really annoying.
Oh yeah, good point.
Especially if you're like, so you're like on your side coming in to kind of do the glide down. Sometimes you can't actually see where you're going because of that bar across the top. But I do love the 80s futuro alien vibe the whole ship has going on. But yeah, and also the fact that it's broken the Golconda and Scourge decals is unforgivable.
You're so right about that. I'd forgotten about that. That you're basically looking through this slot, where I really noticed it. So where I really noticed it is when I was throwing it down the side of a crater, I initially misjudged that I needed a little bit of hull reinforcement. So a couple of my original takes, the thing blew up halfway down, which meant I was going backwards and forwards a few times. And in order to find the crater that's on Callisto with the really steep sides, I basically need to, do that thing where you sort of go into orbital cruise and then you start scanning the planet looking for this feature. And my God, it's an absolute nightmare for doing that.
Because that like, sun visor from hell.
Yeah, you're peering through this slot trying to see features on a planet.
Yeah, it's got a massive nose at the front, so a lot of your visibility is just not there that you're used to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I would have preferred, this is just me, where I would have preferred it if, as the pilot, driver, we were up in the middle but raised, and our three friends are in front of us, below us. So a bit like if you see, a bit like that, but also a bit like Starship Troopers, the big ship that fly.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, that I would have preferred. I think that would have sold the size of the Panther Clipper better than this does, because when I'm looking at it, it feels like I'm just in a big python.
Yeah, it's
very squishy in.
It's funny that, because I always feel the same way things about the really big ships like the Anaconda and and especially the the coast. Oh no, hang on. It's gone out of my head now. What's your favorite? What was your favorite ship, Psychic?
Corvette.
Corvette. That was it. Jeez, what is wrong with me? I always think that in those ships, it needs more like an enterprise-like layout with the other people in front. But
Kind of what we have in fleet carriers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a reduced version of what we have in a fleet carrier.
It sometimes feel that that's what the layout should be because the ships are that much bigger. But yeah.
And it's interesting because they did make a big thing about it, using the word bridge and saying it's got a bridge,
Yeah.
and it has, but it's behind you, which makes it slightly irrelevant.
Yeah, I'd say that personally for me, the bridge concept is a bit of a swing and a miss on this. Just me though.
Yeah, good point, Ben.
Yeah, essentially, we're not the ship's captain. I think that's always like one of the biggest problems with the larger ships in Elite. We're not the captain. We're a glorified pilot.
Yeah, with the commander,
Yeah.
which is kind of a I don't know, split role, but
Let me be both then. Let me do both. Let me pilot it from a little bit further back.
Mind you, if we were further back, looking through that slit would be even worse.
How much would we love it if they actually gave us a proper captain's role that allowed you to do... I've no idea what kind of extra things they could give to the captain, but
yeah, that's the problem.
I'm sure entertaining and amazing game designers could come up with better ideas than I can. But like something strategic on the ship level, rather than how to fly or what to shoot. But the game, obviously that's a different game from Elite.
Yeah, it's not that game.
So hence why we're basically in we're Wheaton's position, aren't we?
yes, we're the helmsman.
Yeah, we're the helm.
And the gunner and the shield.
Yeah.
And the ship angler and the navigator. We are the bridge crew. Right. Apathis.
Yeah, so I've only had access to it for a couple of hours today since it released, but yeah, I was quite surprised with the handling. I sort of picked it up at Shinrata, A-rated everything, and then was just flying around Jameson's, sort of around the outside the back, and was quite surprised it handled more like a smaller ship rather than a nice big ship. I was expecting, it to be slow like a T8 or drifty like a cutter, but no, it just smoothed in and out between all of the little bits on the back of the station. I then engineered it and did that a bit faster. I was probably spent 10 minutes just going back and forth around the station. I do in the cockpit. I do like the placement of the what they call bobbleheads, because they're not in the way of anything on the hood, because they're sort of down the side and then in the middle out of the way. Because on some of the ships, you put one in and suddenly you can't see, the little targeting nav dot. So that's quite nice. And then I've sort of went and picked up the was it the pre-engineered FSD, and I think I've got it up to it's 40 odd light years, carrying 1,000 tons or something.
Yeah,
so that's
sounds about right.
with barely any engineering.
Yeah, that is fun. That is phenomenal.
Which is impressive.
Yeah,
especially on my alt account, I'd been flying a unengineered T9. It's a big difference.
That does give us a good comparison here, because on Reddit, that good old Reddit, we've got a lovely little cartoon from Atomic Bottle Zero. We've got a T9 saying, "It's time to go. Was I a good ship?" And Death going, "No."
T9 was a brilliant ship.
Now, I disagree with that, to be honest, because I love the T9.
T9 is fantastic.
Yeah, the one thing that I did miss when you do compare the two is the fantastic cockpit. the visibility out of the T9 is unmatched. Well, as far as big cargo carriers are concerned, I missed that when I flew the Panther. But
That's got the big cathedral window, hasn't it? That you're sort of
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the whole
I've
bridge
always
feels
liked
like a
the
cathedral.
verticality.
Yeah.
You know, the type ships have all got great verticality.
Yeah, yeah.
Anything more, Apathis?
Yeah, I was just thinking in Super Cruise that definitely feels more like a larger ship than just in normal space. But it's not as bad as, say, a cutter. I can actually turn around without waiting a week. Well, something I did notice that's quite funny. If you put the landing gear down and then go into the external camera view and just thrust forward, the engines thrust downward, even though they really shouldn't because they should be off.
So as soon as they come down, they start firing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which I thought was
So
quite
you
funny.
get a
I mean,
trail
it's fine
right
if you're on a
behind
planet.
you.
Yeah, so the trail's
Okay.
flat behind you like the normal, but the engines are actually firing downwards.
Oh.
Which I thought was quite amusing. I mean, that'd look fine on a planet as you're coming into land, but in the middle of space, it's...
If you've got gravity well, it'll make sense, but...
Yeah.
Okay, Ben, you've been flying it about for a bit. How have you finding it?
Yeah, like everyone's been saying, she flies very nicely. But like I think it was Chris was alluding to, I really was expecting her to be bigger.
Yeah, I kind of said that as well. That it's
Yeah, that was something else I was going to say.
the design language makes it look huge, but it's not actually huge.
Yeah, I mean, I was really expecting it to be a hell of a bum squeaker to get through both the docking bay and fit into a bay. Yeah, and I want to do some testing here somehow, but I feel I could fit at least a Sidian and possibly even a Cobra or something like that in my docking bay alongside the Panther Clipper.
I saw somebody going. Yeah, I saw somebody going past quite a big ship in the mail slot, like maybe squeezed past a Type 8 or something. I can't remember what it was.
I squeezed past a Type 7 leaving somewhere when one of you guys said, I think you hit the tow truck there. I was like, no, I hit a Type 7 because it was just sitting there. And yeah, so there's, I love how she flies. I just, I wonder if she could have been a little bit longer and maybe then done without the feature of the advanced cargo bays or whatever they're called, cargo racks.
I think those are essential, I'm afraid.
I wonder if they'd be essential if she was another 10 meters longer.
Yeah, I was imagining it was going to be like a beluga, but a brick shape.
Yeah.
So it filled the whole pad rather than...
It literally, it fits in with about 5 centimeters on either direction of a bay. You've got to squat to get out of the darn thing even. Maybe you got to crawl underneath it or something like that to get that extra size.
Are you saying that you want it even bigger then?
I want it even bigger.
Ben's underwhelmed by his own girth.
And my length, frankly. The girth is fine. It's the length that I'd prefer a bit more of.
Can we clip that?
Yep.
But she does handle very nicely.
Yeah, Alec, you were saying about handling.
Oh, yeah, I was just going to say, actually, the first thing I tried before boosting through the mail slot is, and I need to go back and give this a proper go, but I really wanted to try and do a 180 mail slot flip. It's totally possible. So it does have the pitch rate, just that if you're at the back of the station on the inside, and you head towards the mail slot and then flip flight assist off, you do have time to do a 180 before you reach the slot. The problem,
Fly out
obviously,
backwards.
yeah, and I quite enjoy doing that in smaller ships, but the problem is obviously its profile is the same shape as the mail slot, so you've got to get your alignment and rotation perfect. You can flip round so you're traveling backwards. That's not the issue, but getting that alignment is tricky. But I will persist. I definitely want to try. And the other thing I suddenly realised that I desperately want to try and do is go back and do my interstellar, docking sequence thing and get it tumbling, and then throw out a ship launch fighter and see if I can dock back with it again. I think that'd be a good one.
Yeah. Right. Well, let's have a quick thought. Right. I love the ship. I really do. I am sorry to say goodbye to my T9, but this thing just, apart from the view, it transes it in every single way, and I don't see myself getting in my T9 or my T10 ever again. It is the perfect cargo ship for me. It feels right as it flies. It's more maneuverable than the Type 9 and the cutter, and I managed to take on an Imperial rated Clipper and defended myself against it and a couple of other pirates, and my hull only went down to about 75% before, and I managed to drive all three of them off. So I know that it can handle itself in a pirate fight. Whether or not a PvP fight, not quite so sure. I still want to be able to do a full-on multi-crew with it, because I think that would be awesome. But yeah, having 1,000 tons of cargo and being able to defend it with fighters and everything, whereas the Type 9 you had to strip it down to just being a flying basically a cargo flying cargo canister with engines. Fantastic. And I do like the probie thing at the front because yeah, that's an old nostalgia thing for me, and you can't take it away from me. So all in all, yeah, perfect ship. Now it sounds good as well, and that's one of the things that really helps it feel its size. I am so scared of using anything size related right now.
Its boost sound is really good. Really
good. Have you, like, Alec would have definitely heard this, but the sound it makes when you take off from a planet as well, the sort of like, it sounds like it is struggling.
Yeah.
That initial lift-off sound from the planet. Oh, it's good.
Yeah, it feels as if it's putting the effort in.
Yeah, it's not the bag of spanners against a drum that is Cable Mach 5.
I love that sound though.
It's a brilliant sound. It's not that, but the sound that it does make. Guess what? Frontier are really good at making out sounds in games.
Yeah.
It's just
very throaty, I feel.
Once again.
Yeah, managed to prove it. Yeah, I do see what Chris has said about the visibility, because that's one of the reasons why I don't like the adder, is because the adder bridge feels very claustrophobic to me. Mostly because you can't see, you've got the two big windows at the front. This has got the same kind of thing. You can't see too much, but I think, I know you guys might have a problem size with that bridge. It feels good enough that it doesn't make me feel claustrophobic, which is,
I agree with you there.
Yeah, it's so.
You're in VR, aren't you, Colin? So I guess you have a
Yes.
slightly different perspective on the bridge.
Yeah, I mean,
quite literally.
I have leaned forward to try and look up, And that does work until I bash my head on my computer screen.
Too
Literally
keen.
got your nose against the glass.
I noticed the bar along the top more often. Yeah, like that thing about looking up. I can't even remember whether you have like a bar along the top in the Corvette or some of the other bigger ships. I genuinely can't. It's been a hot minute since I've flown it, but I do notice that bar. Epaphras was saying about the bobbleheads. Also, if you have like string lights, they literally just lay across the front of the bridge. They don't go up on the window anywhere.
Oh, really?
If
They're
you've got
not
those
long
lights,
enough.
it just like they just lay them across the front of the bridge, which is great because again, then that's not affecting any of your visibility. If you've got like, I imagine if I just put the little twinkly multicolored ones on, but I imagine if you're using like the Coriolis ones or the Sugar Skull ones, they might be quite a lot of space. I do have a tiny I do have a tiny niggle.
Go on then, niggle away.
I say a tiny niggle, and this is my soapbox that will never go away, and Chris will agree with me on this for sure. I have never been in a ship where the shadows have flickered quite so much in the ship as the Panther Clipper. The shadows flickering in the ship, especially on approach to a landing on a planet, is atrocious. It's one of the worst ones that I've seen. Please, Frontier, sort it out.
I can't go and visit Graham.
You can't go to Graham City, yeah.
No, I can't go and visit Graham Prime in the Grahams until they fix it because it's just awful.
It's really bad. If something is that bad to the extent that Chris won't risk it, I realize how bad it is, and it is one of. If you struggle with the flickering shadows when you're on a planet, you will feel them more in the Panther Clipper as well. So I wouldn't be able to recommend it to someone who struggles with the shadow flickering in Elite.
Wow, that's really bad. That's so bad. Oh, fix the
Yeah, and what the screen just said in chat, that flicker's a problem. He couldn't use video because of the flickering. And it is incredibly noticeable in the Clipper, which is it makes me sad because the ship, when you're just flying it around in space, is lovely and smooth, and that brushed steel and all of the sort of like 80s sci-fi, 80s to 90s, that turn of that decade sci-fi stuff looks really nice. But
thing that I've noticed is that thanks to I can't remember who recommended this, but in my quality of my graphics, they told me to switch off. I can't remember which one it was now. If
you turn the directional shadows down to low, it does improve the flickering.
Kind of low.
Yeah. I
already
was
low, right?
really surprised by
At
how
the cost.
much of a difference.
Yeah, at the cost, and it's something I'm not personally prepared to take, but at the cost of all your shadows just looking like blobs.
Yeah. It takes a while, but yeah, it's but yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing that makes me really disappointed about it. That's the one thing again that I'm really disappointed with is just like why if it is a problem that it's so baked in, I don't get why it's not more of a focus, because it is really disorienting.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I did get a headache at one point, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm going back to space where it doesn't flicker." I do like how it looks like a giant frog on a landing pad. That brings me great joy.
The animation on the gear coming down on the engines folding is magnificent. I watched that. I just put myself in camera view and then just put the gear up and down, up and down, up and down for ages, just admiring that. It's terrific.
Yeah, I must admit, I do love those. I know that Apathos was saying that it shouldn't do this when it's when it's flying out of the base, but when you're actually taking off for a planet and you can see those downward thrusters on part of the legs as it takes off, it is astoundingly good to watch. And the animation as everything smoothly folds away, you're sort of there thinking, yeah, they've got this one. They've got this one right. That's exactly how I imagined how that ship would take off and how it would behave. So yeah.
You know those the 4 thruster units, and then each one is a mass of nozzles, individual thruster nozzles in a sort of circular layout. Do you know how many thruster nozzles there are on the Panther Clipper?
Haven't counted them. Have you?
Yes. I think I've remembered it. I'm only out by about 4 if I'm wrong. It's 306. There are 306 thruster nozzles.
Oh my god! Is that on each of those legs, or is
that's
total?
That's total.
It's too many slices, man.
It's a lot of thruster nozzles.
Yeah. I mean, I get what you mean about the shadows, because when I approach a planet in VR, if the shadows hit, and start flickering, then I have to take the headset off, because that will trigger something. But yeah. Apart from that, but you get those flickering shadows with everything. Really,
you definitely do. Absolutely, it's not going to be something that I stop talking about, though. Like it's just so noticeable in the Panther Clipper. So noticeable, and it's a shame because it does sully what is a very nice ship. Very nice.
Could Clipper be the thing that makes the flickering shadows, which are across the game, could it be the thing that makes them so bad they are finally forced to fix the damn thing?
We live in hope.
That's my moonshot. We talked about this. That's my moonshot item.
Another news with the Panther Clipper, of course, just like the Corsair, it's got its own specialized website as part of the Elite Dangerous website. On the Elite Dangerous website, we'll put the link in the show notes. What did everybody think to that?
Okay, I like the font choice.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, nice fancy website.
I'm just annoyed I didn't get a sales quote in. I should have made up something quick.
Yeah, I didn't either. I wanted to get something, but mine were irreverent, such as looks like a supermarket but handles like a corner shop.
That's the thing. But you said that to me 3 days after they requested it.
Well, because like the day that they gave access, I couldn't get access.
Yeah, I know.
And then I had to email Chris going, "Oh, I can't get in."
Yeah.
It's a very nice. For a limited time, alt purchase of the Panther Clipper Mark II come with its own exclusive Owners Club decal. So yeah, that's.
I'm glad that we didn't have to pay ARX to get the decal.
No.
Just say that.
I do like that some people have managed to get their own little quote in. Notice that.
They asked for it. It was on the email. You all received the email.
I'm saying that I like the fact that you got that.
Me and
I'm not criticizing.
It's really fun. It's really fun. I really like it. I really like the website. It's fun times. It's a good
nice video as well.
Yeah, the video is really good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Zach made that. Zach was the one who did most of that.
Nice. I like the style of it, the different panels, like the 3 or 4 split screen kind of panel design. It's cool.
I mean, they did the same thing for the Corsair. And I hope they do this for other ships that come along. So yeah, it's
the thing with the Corsair though is that it was almost like they couldn't decide which font to use where. Every single panel had a different font to it. It was like someone made it. Their main passion was web design.
Yeah.
But this one feels chunky and feels like an advert for a JCB or something, like a website for a JCB. It's giving industrial, and I like that a lot.
There'll be a sad song in the future about my dad who flies the Clipper.
I hear LCU is already penning the Pink Panther Club or it might even be Chaos. Has already DM'd LCU with ideas for a Pink Panther Club in the style of Chapel Roan's Pink Pony Club. So excited to hear that coming to an ECM near you, probably.
As long as he doesn't do a JCB song, that'd be fine. Right, we have a mostless clueless about all this. Alec.
Actually, yeah, I don't. Yeah, it sits a bit odd in the show format, bunging this in between the main discussion and the questions, because it's got nothing to do with the Panther Clipper. But
it does. If you want to.
Well, I suppose okay. I suppose it does. So for those who, I haven't managed to confirm this myself, so I will test it, but I have it on reasonably good authority. So if you have pre-built ships, one of the things that I find quite annoying is because of the design of the shipyard user interface, which could show us a grid of dozens of our ships, but doesn't, choose to show us about 4 or 5, and we have to scroll along it. So every shipyard I go to, because I've got a few pre-built packages, partly because I'm on the partner program and I realize that's a first world problem that I shouldn't be complaining about. But I have to scroll. It puts them first in the list. So if I go somewhere and I know I want to switch to my Mandalay or something, I've got to scroll past all these pre-built ships before I get to the list of ships that are actually in the station that I want. And I've been told that if you deploy your pre-built ships, so just go to some random station, make sure you've got another ship there that you can swap to, deploy your pre-builts, and then just get back into your other ship and basically just leave your pre-builts dotted around the galaxy or in some Arsene station, then I gather they will no longer bother you in that list. They won't appear at the front of the list because they will actually have been deployed somewhere. And if you deploy them a long way away, I guess they'll appear at the bottom of the list. Yeah. So if you're bothered by having all the pre-builts being offered to you at the front of your shipyard list, then deploy them somewhere a long way away and leave them there
until you need them.
Until you need them.
Right. Well, actually, that's pretty useful. I'm going to start doing that with everything that I've got. Stick it on the fleet carrier. Right. Though obviously with the Panther Clipper, this led to another Panther Clipper type question of the week.
You know, there'll probably be one next week as well. If I'm honest, there's probably going to be another. Your normal service outside of Panther Clippers will probably come back the following week. But the question of the week this week, if you don't know, every week on a Sunday between 12 and 2, which is when the absolutely excellent Chris Mark IV is doing his radio show at Black Diamond FM, which you should also definitely check out because it's very good and very funny. But during those times between 12 and 2, I tend to, at that point, be at a bit of a loose end because I'm listening. And I post a question of the week. Those questions go on Twitter, on Blue Sky, and on our Discord. So those three places between that time we'll post a question of the week, and then this is the point where we get to read them out. This week I pretty much asked, will you be buying a Panther Clipper on Tuesday, or has the partner program put you off, basically? And we had a few that we can discuss. So Colin, why don't you start us off?
Yes, okay. I'll start with very okay person. They say, just buff those cargo slots a bit more and they can have my money. Personally, I do not agree with this. I think it's absolutely spot on as it is. I do understand that some people have been complaining about the lack of cargo space, but I think that would make it a little bit too overpowered, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I've seen a few of the complaints are rumbling on, but hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Alphalus says, "Just take my money, and I'll take a midnight black paint job as well."
What? I've not. I've been distant from it today, but are there quite a lot of complaints about it not being big enough?
Not a lot,
Not a
but there's a
huge
few.
amount.
There's a few. Somebody commented on my tumbling a Panther Clipper down a thing and said something like, "I was in until I saw the cargo capacity. Nope," or something to that effect.
Well,
I
yeah,
wonder
I
a
mean,
lot of people want to get over 2,000 or something.
Yeah.
That's
Not
based
that
on
many who responded to us.
yeah. Well, but all that's been based on the fact that the raw hull for the old Panther Clipper was 2,000 tons. But
Yeah.
the thing was, in the old game, you had to then add in
Everything.
hyperspace engines, everything, shields, lasers, all that took a weight away from the initial 2,000. And I swear, when you had got your Panther Clipper up to a proper livable, usable state, you only had sort of 1,200, maybe 1,300 tons left. Only, I say, but it took a lot out of it. But of course, everyone just think, well, the ship was 2,000 tons. Yeah, this one's probably a lot more than 1,280 tons overall. But you've got all the stuff on. But yeah, Oh, you've got me ranting now.
Right, where is he? Alan Bros is saying, "There is no tempted. I have fully embraced the dock side of hauling, and by all that's holy, and much that is unholy, I am going to own a Panther Clipper tomorrow."
Nice.
Excellent.
Okay, I have one from Misery Cord. Panther Clipper is not a trade ship, it's a weapons testing platform with extra cargo space. I'll take 2.
Yeah, I do want to turn it into a battle bus. I completely agree with that.
Nice. Okay, right. This is the one I wanted to talk to you guys about. Commander Mardan Solius says, "I have seen it and I don't think I will get it with ARX. Maybe discuss the lifetime pass and if it would be fair to get early access in game when having that pass instead of ARX. Maybe then I'll buy more kits and paint jobs." I don't have the lifetime pass. The lifetime pass gives you you're supposed to have access to test servers. Is that right?
No, the lifetime pass is where you get access, free access to any new DLC, which is what they categorized as Horizons and Odyssey.
Okay.
And also you got a freebie with Beyond as well. They gave you something like 10,000 ARX for Beyond.
You and Ben are lifetime expansion pass holders. Is that right?
Yeah.
We both got it from way back when in the Kickstarter, which when you actually add up what we've got since, considering it was 80 quid and what's come out since, we're well up on what it would have cost. But if you got the lifetime, they offered it a second time when Horizons came out for a lot more.
Right.
And if you bought it then you'd probably feel a little hard done by, because the cost of Horizons plus Odyssey is nowhere near how much you paid for it.
It was over 100, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, it was something ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
If this person is saying discuss the lifetime pass and they fell into the Horizon, they bought it when Horizons came out, then I can feel why they feel a little miffed about, they don't feel they've got value for money. If, however, this was when they got it in the Kickstarter, I'd say you have had value for money so far, and if they do another another paid-for expansion, you're going to get that for free.
Yeah.
But I feel that ships aren't these ships, because you get them later for free. I don't think it applies.
They don't. I agree with you in that, like, having early access to something wouldn't. If I was that Life-Changing Expansion Pass holder, I'd probably still be. I'd be thinking along the same lines of you that I don't feel like it applies. Either way, had I spent 80 or 100 quid.
Yeah, I mean, my only concern with being a leper is if we ever get a expansion pass, will we get that for free, or have they basically
Another expansion? Oh, right, okay.
Or will we have to pay for that expansion if we ever get one?
I wouldn't have thought so.
I wouldn't have thought so, because in the terms and conditions, it did say all expansions for Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
And in both cases. So yeah, it's. I see you forcing your way through a lot of ships stuck in the slot.
Why don't understand? There's small ships as well.
Yeah, it's just so busy.
Having problems.
Yeah. I would say that for this case, if you're a bit salty about the lifetime expansion pass, I think you've only got a leg to stand on if you got it in Horizons. Because
and even then, a ship is not an expansion.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
And it's only early access. It's coming out eventually, and you'll get it.
Yeah.
In 3 months'
you don't
time,
have to
you know.
spend money
So
on it.
yeah, it's a bit different, I think.
Yeah, I've got Commander Daisy Bell, and they say, well, I'm definitely excited about it. I'll probably wait until it's available for credits. I need to spend some time gathering engineering materials to improve it, you see.
It's a perfect
That's
reason.
probably going to take him the 3 months.
Yeah, it's a perfect reason. It's not for you. You don't want to get it. Fine. You don't need to buy it. Just I have Commander Data Node. I can't wait to see the bridge in VR. It is fantastic. It is great. Data Node, you'll love it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to try that.
Elvis Kremen says, "Yep, I watched Psychic play it. Definitely sold on it more now than ever."
What? You watch me play? Are you sure, mate? Jesus.
Good job, Psychic, fulfilling your EPP to
Wait,
shift units.
I'm an influencer.
Excellent.
Get you. Hey,
Amber, you're
Finn
not in
McRae.
Dubai.
I'm waiting for someone to say, "Watch Alec threw it down the crater." I've completely gone off it. Don't want one now.
So you're an uninfluencer. Right, Finn McRaven's saying, I think I'll buy it, yes. Because while I have no interest in colonization, it's a new ship to engineer for a couple of days. But, must admit, I'm currently fighting the urge not to log off for a few months. While I love new ships, I think we need new activities more urgently.
Like all of the new squadron stuff that's coming up next month.
Good point.
Yeah, we've already. No, I'm not. No, shut up, Ben.
Wow.
Sorry, I was going negative, and I don't want to go negative.
Yeah,
we
don't know everything about
we have
squadrons.
no more information.
I'm not thinking about past things.
Yeah, so they might surprise us like they did with Power Play 2, because at that point we were a bit down on Power Play 2, and then we were very pleasantly surprised. So, and until we know.
Okay, I've got one from Nicey. Yay! I've only heard the boost sound, and wow, Frontier have done it again. As for getting one, as soon as I can peel myself away from Mass Effect for 5 minutes, so maybe next year.
I'm an influencer.
Yeah, we managed to get Nicey to try Mass Effect, and they won't leave it alone.
There's a few. There's a Mass Effect channel in my Discord, and there's a few people who are like, "Hey, if I install Mass Effect, what mods do I need?" and all of this sort of stuff, and I'm like, "Yay!"
One of us.
It is cloned again. Says, I have a dilemma to solve. Option A, take a stellar Panther Clipper, be able to teleport it anywhere, but forget about customization. Option B, take a basic Panther Clipper, properly outfit it, and be able to name it the Fat Cow. And they updated us today and let us know, in the end, the solution was simple. I bought a stellar teleporting Panther with arcs, and then a standard version for credits. Problem solved. Yay, cloned again. I totally forgot. And I had to, I was like, I can't remember. If we just buy it, do we only get one? Do we, like, what happens then? And it took clearly an exasperated Curtis in chat going, no, once you buy it, you unlock it to buy purchase. You unlock it to be able to purchase it in the shipyard. And that's cool. That's cool. I totally forgot about that. You can buy as many as you want.
Excellent. That's
yeah.
Alice? You all right?
Yeah, sorry. I thought you were going to say something.
No.
Okay. Hamburger says, I've already amassed enough arcs for a Panther Clipper Mark II for 2 of my accounts. A Stellar for my exploration account to quickly fill the holds of my fleet carrier with tritium, and a stock one for the Rush fleet. I can't wait to fully engineer and get hauling in it.
Wow, that is a lot of arcs.
That's a lot of arcs.
A lot of arcs. Fair play to you, Hamburger. I have the Jinx effect. I'm still on the fence, but I've just watched the launch video for it. Does anyone else? Does it put anyone else in mind of the Thunder Tank? I know what he's saying with this, and now that he's mentioned it, yes, from a certain angle, it does look like a Thunder Tank.
What's the Thunder Tank?
Oh God, this is going to show my age. The original Thundercats. One of
Oh
the
God!
There you go. We're hitting 80s nostalgia right now.
Okay, so see the Thundercats. I raise you Big Track.
What is happening?
No, it's not Big Track.
Yes, it reminds me of Big Track.
It's exactly like the Thunder Tank. But that's supposed to be a cat as well. Oh my God, it's the Thunder Tank. I'm sold. Done. Here's the Thunder Tank skin right now.
Yeah, I just googled it.
Reminds me of the Big Track more.
Well, to me, it reminds me of the Battlestar Galactica, but then again, I suppose it's all because it's got a big head. Right.
Excuse me. Lastly, Silas Resi says, still smashing the F5 button on the store website. Very much want the stellar version of the Space Kitty with the funky asymmetric nose probe, and will probably part exchange my Type 9 for 872 adders and an extra Cobra Mark IV.
Hang on, he's part-testing his Type 9 4 adders?
Apparently.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Sick
Hey.
man.
Hopefully patch them on
sick
your
man.
fleet carrier.
Oh, that's just cruel. Right, that's it. I'm the only one allowed to use it. No adders allowed.
Yeah, I love it. You go down to do an inspection tour of your fleet carrier, and there's just miles and miles of adders.
Adders as
lined
far
up.
as the eye can see.
I'm going to rename, and that's it. It's no longer Fortress Ford. It's going to be called No Adders Allowed. It's right. Does anybody have any other business?
No.
Okay. There is, of course, the usual ongoing 10K your way, isn't there? But
you can still take part. It ends the whole of it. It's still Disability Pride Month. You can still donate to a little bunch of Elite Dangerous Commanders who are doing stuff for 10K your way. There's another, as of recording this, we're the 22nd of July now, so there is another week. A week and a bit of 10K your way. So if you fancy raising some money by doing 10K, be it in game, going on a big 10K run or something, if you're that way inclined, go for it. Go and do the things and raise money for special effect because they're amazing.
Excellent. So we'll just quickly go through our shout-outs. Our sister station, Hutton Orbital Radio, it broadcasts on a Thursday at 8:30. You can tune in at Hutton Orbital Truckers, twitch.tv Hutton Orbital Truckers, or if you just want the audio, go to radio.forthemug.com. For the discerning commander that likes a bit of CQC action, you can check out the CQC Discord at discord.me/Elite Dangerous CQC. And I'll give a shout out to the other Elite Dangerous podcasts. That's the Guard Frequency, who appear to be on holiday, but will be back soon. And of course, the wonderful Loose Screws. And of course, If You Speak French.
No, I rumors of me wearing a striped shirt are strictly untrue. I just let the funky music do the talking.
There is the Elite Dangerous podcast, who also do these fantastic missions as well. Following this, we have the latest Galnet News Digest, as provided by the wonderful Commander Witherspoon and the amazing Commander Beetlejude. Right, thanks to everybody who's chipped in on the Twitch chat, and the in-game commanders today are...
So we had a full tech complement in the bar. So we had Epicurus and Little Bigian in here, along with the Jinx Effect, Tiberius Valerian, Grogu, and Frozen Satsuma.
Satsuma. Fair enough. So special thanks to Commander Togoso, JN Trax, and Alan Stroud, who have all created music that we use on this show. But that's it for this Panther Clipper episode of Lave Radio. If you'd like to get in touch with the show, then you can find the contact links in the home/contact us menu of the laveradio.com website. Do let us know if you have any questions or if there's anything you'd like us to discuss in a future episode. Lave Radio is recorded live on a Tuesday evening at 8:30 and streamed out at laveradio.com/live. So, thanks to Apathis.
Keep on hauling.
Thanks to Claire.
All in steel.
Thanks to the Little Bigian / Chris Mark 5.
You're welcome.
Thanks to Ben.
Avoiding rocks.
Thanks to Alec.
07 everyone. Follow the greens on the way out and watch out for Panther Clippers in the mail slots.
We're going to get a cease and desist from Burr, you know that.
No good. Steal that. Well, people steal our stuff. Right. And of course, and special thanks to today's tech specialist, the Chris Mark 4, staring longingly out of that window.
You're welcome.
Excellent. So until the next time, commanders, fly safe. And if you can do that, fly dangerous.
Is your life like this? Sounds like someone having an orange inserted. Need a safe word.
Space can be loaded.
I'm going to see the galaxy.
Damn it. No worries, guys. Hold the fort for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Galnet News Update, 22nd of July, 3311. Available today in early access, the Zorgon Peterson Panther Clipper looks set to make light work of hauling tasks, including community goals and system colonisation. Looking gargantuan beside its tiny stablemate, the Hauler, the Panther Clipper is currently available in standard and stellar variants as pre-built deployable ships. The stellar configuration has over 1,000 tons of cargo space pre-configured, and you can create even more space if you dispense with the fuel scoop and the Super Cruise Assist. And if you downgrade the shields from size 7 to size 6. The size 7 frameshift drive badly needs engineering to get the ship's empty jump range up to an acceptable 30 light years, while the Super Cruise overcharged speed of 3,000 times the speed of light is nothing to write home about. The ship's fuel economy is reasonably good. The Panther is available in pink. Well, 16 other liveries are also available, and there's a limited time Panther Clipper Owners Club decal, free with every ship sold. Zorgon Peterson's stable of ships now includes an eclectic mix of 2 small and large freighters, 2 combat ships, and the best exploration vessel in the galaxy. The initiative to deliver commodities to Vespucci City in Ayaba has another full day to run. With the release of the first batch of Panther Clippers, it's likely that the initiative will receive a substantial boost in those closing hours.